The marriage made in heaven, Barack Obama's marriage to the mainstream media, is about to end. That's what the AP scandal is all about, and we'll talk about that today. The AP scandal is not the most important of the three scandals, Benghazi, IRS, and AP, but it is the most politically important because it's a direct assault upon the news media by the president, and it hits them absolutely where they live, in their pocketbooks. The average beat reporter who covers the federal government simply cannot write a story unless he gets leaks from sources inside the administration. Now, sometimes they're friendly leaks, and those will continue, stuff the administration wants out there but doesn't want to put in its own name. But much of the time, they're hostile leaks, or even if they're not hostile, they're pushing back on certain policies. And very often the debates between the left and the right get waged by leaks in the media while the president's making a decision. And no leaker, no government bureaucrat, no appointee is going to leak if he thinks that his leak could be brought to the attention of his bosses or of the president. And yet the president's action in the Justice Department moving in and seizing 2 entire months of phone records from the AP means that every conversation and every leak from everybody to anybody during that period is now in the hands of the president and the Justice Department. They can see exactly who every reporter called and exactly who every official of the federal government spoke to. This is Richard Nixon's dream come true. And to make it worse, they seized the records of the AP phone in the House cloakroom, which is where the House of Representatives members go to chat and to talk and to tell each other what's going on. And it's one of the greatest places to get off-the-record comments. So you're dealing here with a leak that really imperils the reporter's ability to gather the news. And as every reporter knows, it would have been incredibly simple to find out who leaked the information about Yemen and Al-Qaeda because it's a national security issue. You just pick up the story the reporter wrote and you go issue a subpoena to that reporter and say, name your sources. And when the reporter comes back and says, I can't name my sources because the media shield law protects me and I have to protect them, the judge would say, get out of here. The national security leak standard is very, very low. You are compelled to tell us the name of your sources, and the reporter would go to jail. That would be a lot easier than seizing 2 months of phone records, and you'd get the name. So most reporters undoubtedly believe that this Yemen story is a fabrication, and what they were trying to do was exactly what they did do, to find out who was leaking to who in order to control them as the election approached. Remember, this was all done 6 months before the election, and you want to be sure there aren't any leaks going on while you're trying to run for office, and this was their way of preventing it. And remember that 80% of the news in this country comes from the AP. Most newspapers don't have their own person in Washington. They take it off the AP wires. So this leak aimed directly at how the reporters can cover their stories and how they can make a living. This will cause a war between Obama and the press. And you're beginning to see it already because the press is running stories about how he's on the defensive, he's trying to get off the defensive, he's trying to distract attention by talking about jobs in the economy and where will this investigation lead. The media is turning on this guy big time, and that is tremendously, tremendously significant. Thanks for watching. If you want to talk more about the IRS, Benghazi, or the AP scandal, listen to my radio show. It's on 2 to 6 every weekday afternoon. If you're in the Philly area, it's on 12:10 a.m. WPHT. If you're not, go to dickmorris.com, click on it, and listen to it just like you listen to a radio. We get into these issues in much greater depth, and it's wonderful. Also a lot of fun. Thanks.